live stream. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Purpose, Peace, and Pearls of Wisdom. Today we have Permelia Parham. Did I say your name correctly?
You did, yes.
Okay. She's the founder of the Healing Institute. So this is such a beautiful vision that she has. So I wanted to introduce her to you all so you can learn more about what she's doing and get involved if this is calling you. So Permelia Parham is the founder and CEO of the Healing Institute. The Healing Institute is an online worldwide hub of holistic practitioners serving people seeking ways to be well and stay well on their health journey. Permelia feels she has been divinely guided to create this healing platform, connecting holistic practitioners with people seeking alternative health and healing. The Healing Institute is the bridge leading the way to a healthier world. And so, y'all know anything that's about health and guiding people to live a better, more enriched life, I am all about. So, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you so much, Brittany, for inviting me. I'm delighted to be here today.
And you have so many cool, powerful modalities that you offer. How did you come to start the Healing Institute?
Well, that's a very interesting question. It was kind of it evolved, let's say, because the modalities that I am working with, helping people are the body code, the emotion code, helping people realign their beliefs and healing past lifetime energy. And I had been doing that with my other company that I've had since 2014. And then I was looking around the small city where I live here in Canada on Vancouver Island and looking for a building where some of the practitioners would be able to come and utilize it for workshops and yoga retreats or what, and I was asking people that I was meeting, because there's a lot of holistic practitioners here. So I would be asking them when I met them at health fairs and psychic fairs and trade shows, if that would be something they would be interested in. And everybody said, oh, yes, because by this time we're pretty much all of us working. I did have an office downtown, but most people were working from home. So that's in the fall of 2019, just to give people an idea as to where we were. And then, of course, we know what happened in 2020. And when everybody was now locked down and not able to go out, we all learned Zoom, which I had never heard of before. And started networking, actually. A number of networking platforms, online networking platforms showed up. And so I was on a number of these different networking platforms, and I was meeting holistic practitioners all over the world. And I just had this sort of download that really we can make this virtual, we can make this global, we can reach more people if we do it globally rather than doing it locally. And I had a very encouraging coach at the time who really helped me, she saw my vision, and she really helped me understand how we could do that. So that's how the Healing Institute was created. And I do often say, I had this idea, but I really believe that I was divinely led to make it more holistic, to make it more of a online worldwide practice and hub for people.
Right, because you started out with this, it's going to be this local thing here on Vancouver Island for local practitioners. It sounds like our area here, we have a lot of holistic practitioners as well. And then keep it here. And then, like we all know, COVID happened and this thing has really flourished into being something that's global. So can you walk us through, like, how does somebody who's a practitioner get involved, and how does somebody who would be considered a client get involved? Like, just give us, we went over your website together, which I thought was just so genius. I love how you can type in symptoms, let's say difficulty sleeping, and then find a practitioner that can help with that. But can you walk us through what somebody who might come
Yeah,
to you?
absolutely. Thank you for that question. So on the website, you'll see a search bar, And as a client, you could type in something that's a keyword that'll be in the back end of the practitioner's profile. So then if you're typing in discomfort or pain or anxiety or sleep or stress, it's usually just a one word, but whatever that word is connected to one of the practitioner's keywords in their profile. And so then their listing, their profile listing comes up. There's also another way that you can scroll down a little bit farther on the first page, and you'll see two buttons. One says practitioner. So a practitioner can fill out that form, and that's an email that comes to me. And I always respond right away with, thank you for completing that form. Here's my calendar link. Let's have a conversation. But there's a few details that you can put in that as a practitioner, the kind of modalities you do. I'm asking where you are in the world because we are global. So what time zone are you in, just so I know, and also what country. And then there's another button that says client. And so as a client, you can then put in a symptom or diagnosis. And again, that's an email that I receive. And then I then look at the practitioners we have on the site and reach out to them to see who would like to meet with the client.
Nice. I love that
Yeah.
versatility. So you offer the body code and emotion code, and those might be modalities that people listening aren't familiar with. So
Mhm.
could you run us through, like, let's say I'm a client or practitioner and I type in anxiety. That seems to be something that,
A
many
lot of
people
people
in
are
my
concerned about.
community struggle with.
Mhm.
How could body code or emotion code, like, help us with that?
Well, the modality was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and it's looking at emotions that are stuck or trapped. He calls them trapped emotions in the subconscious. So, this isn't something we're raised with, or we're not taught that our subconscious knows what's going on. Those of us that are holistic practitioners, we know that, but we've learned
Now we know
that, right?
that.
But we're taught, from very young children that it's our conscious brain that is doing all the thinking. And really that's not true. It is our subconscious. And I use the analogy of an iceberg. So what's up above the water is our conscious brain, and what's below the water is our subconscious. And so we want to not have these trapped emotions. Dr. Bradley Nelson came up with a chart of 60 trapped emotions. And we want to make sure that if we have those emotions trapped in the subconscious, they're also trapped in our body. And so we want to release them because we don't want them to create dis-ease. And so it's a process that Dr. Bradley Nelson created. It's looking at, it's working with the client. I can do it over Zoom because energy is energy, and it goes everywhere. And really it's connecting to the client's subconscious with their permission. And it's a team effort. I always say it's the client and their subconscious and me. I'm very intuitive. And so we're working as a team, and it's their subconscious that is going to lead us in the program, the body code program, that looks at everything that's going on in the body, all the organs, all the glands, all of the systems in the body, even the meridians and chakras. So everything that's in the body, we just kind of muscle test and drill down to find out what is going on, what's happening, depending on what the client wants to work on. So that could be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever the client has as what they specifically want to work on. The subconscious will lead us together as a team to find out, first of all, where in the body these emotions are trapped, and then which emotions on the chart need to be released.
Thank you for sharing that. That was I haven't experienced body code or emotion code before, but I definitely have had when I began my journey, I struggled with severe gastritis and
Mhm.
heartburn to the point that I was taking antacids and PPIs every single day. I had an endoscopy. They said, well, really, there's nothing going on here. But I was miserable, and I had been miserable with those kind of symptoms for years. And when I really began my healing work, it went away. And I was so sold on this concept of how our body truly keeps the score, and energy and past traumas and emotions, how they, can
And
get
there's trapped
stuck in our
emotions that
body
you
and
can,
cause
yeah, there's
disease.
trapped emotions you can actually inherit. You can inherit them from your father's side of the family or your mother's side of the family. So it's nothing that you've really done, but those emotions got passed through to you from their subconscious to your subconscious. There's one called the prenatal, which is an trapped emotion that gets stuck in the client's body when they're still the mother is still pregnant with them. And so the mother may not get the trapped emotion, but they do. And so that is one that I've always been fascinated by how that could possibly happen, because of the baby being in the mother's womb and the emotions that the mother is having. And most people that I talk to who have had, we find this trapped emotion, the mother was going through some real anxiety and things while she was pregnant. So it makes sense when you
It
think.
does make sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
And for many women, pregnancy is a very challenging time. For some, it's very beautiful and, easy, but for many, it is a really, there's a lot of changes that come with that, to say the least. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else you want us to know about the Healing Institute or about what you offer?
Well, just to let people know that they are, please come to the Healing Institute website, check us out, find a practitioner. All the practitioners have a complimentary 30-minute consultation. So you can you can check them out. You can have that 30-minute consultation. The website will take you to their profile, which will then take you to their calendar, and you can book that 30 minutes and then have a conversation. We know in the healing arts, you have to have a conversation with your client before you can actually decide what area they would like to work with you. So then once you've decided that, yes, I want to work with this person, then there's a button that takes you to their calendar and then takes you to a payment page.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And two more questions before we go. One being, what is your practice that helps you cultivate inner peace?
Oh, wonderful. I love this question. I studied with an energy teacher, well over 25 years ago, and she taught me how to ground myself. So I do it every morning. I get my yoga mat out. I have a nice little electric fireplace. Sometimes I don't have to put the heat on. I just like to see the flames. And I do what I call a yoga balance, just a yoga meditation. So it's a practice that I've been doing for many years, balancing my chakras, getting grounded, because with the work that I do, I want to make sure that my energy is grounded before I'm working with clients. So that's a practice I do every morning. And then I sit quietly. I'm a Course in Miracles student, so I love to read my Course in Miracles lesson for the day. And I just have kind of a meditation time. I actually get up a whole hour earlier than I probably need to, but it's worth it for me just to have that grounding to start the day.
So you really prioritize your practice to cultivate
Absolutely.
inner peace and to lay the foundation for your day and create the space for yourself so you can do the healing work that you offer.
Yes, and so that I've got my own healing done before I actually am, having conversations and having Zoom meetings
Yes, you took
for
care
the
of
rest of the
yourself
day.
first. Right. And then any pearl of wisdom that you'd like to leave the audience with? What's something that you want us to know?
Well, I've always been curious. I've always asked questions. And now I often say, what you got in trouble for as a child is usually your gift. So I got in
Something to think
trouble.
about, everybody.
Yeah, I got in trouble for being too sensitive. Well, that is working quite well for me right now. And I was always asking too many questions, according to my parents, because I've always been curious. I've always want to know. And I think it's so important, especially in this day and age, we have so much media and so much information that's coming at us. Some days it's kind of hard to tell what is real and what is fake. And so the more that can tap into your own intuition and also just be asking those questions, find out. For anyone's on a healing journey, and may have something specific that they want to heal, you want to know if you've been if you've had some medication that's been recommended to you. You want to know what those side effects are, you really want to know what's going on with your body and your own body and listening to your body. So that would be my pearl of wisdom. Always
I
ask
love that.
questions and be curious.
I love it. I love it. And I love how you said what you got in trouble for as a kid is often your gifts and how you made a whole life of it, really.
Really, yes.
Now they're your strengths. Thank you so much. And we can find you at www.thehealing
It's a
on
hyphen
the
healing,
background.
yeah. And also, my email is info at the dash healing dash institute.com.
Okay,
And
and we've included all of those links so everyone has them so that they
yeah,
can find you as well. Thank you so much. It's good to see you again.
yeah, good to see you, Brittany. Thank
Talk
you.
to you soon.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.